Jason, Mother is talking to you! Jason, Mother is talking to you. Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by once again, coming at you with what I would regard as a really pretty cool piece of, Friday the 13th movie memorabilia that came out. It was touted as the Friday the 13th 25th anniversary box set that came out, probably, one can only assume it came out in 2005 from NECA. And it was this one box that contained these two figures, a part 2 Jason and a part 1 Pamela Voorhees, and also the really cool, and probably the only time it's ever been manufactured to my knowledge officially, part 2, the end of part 2, Jason's little shrine to his mom thing. And this has been something that I got way back when it came out, of course, being a huge Friday the 13th fan since, I don't know, the early 90s. Obviously, when this came out, or news of this came out, I was all over that. And it's funny because it was just, recently in the last several years, it's been in a spot that I really doesn't have a lot of traffic, where I don't really see it very often. And I think I was watching Friday 2 recently, and I'm like, wow, I'm pretty sure I've got this NECA shrine, like little recreation of a toy NECA shrine from part 2, and it's just like, wow, I looked at that again and I'm like, wow, that is just the coolest thing ever. So this all came together in a box set in 2005, presumably. As I said, it's the, part 1 Mom, part 2 Jason, and the shrine thing, and I can only hope that I've got all the accessories here that it came with. But obviously Jason came with pickaxe, and I think in the box he was holding it like this because he's still got the rubber band on this hand. I've never, that's a good stance for me, so I've never changed that up or anything. But it also came with this, the spike from part 2. I don't know if you can see it. It's the spike that gets Sandra and Jeff as they just finished screwing. You've got the spike from part 2, which I keep. I keep all the accessories just here. Then you've got the part 2 pitchfork. And I don't know how I had this. Damn it. And you've got an alternate head for Jason, which is the, Jason part 2 look without the hood. And I'm not sure, but this might be the only, figure form that doesn't have, cloth clothes of Pamela Voorhees ever officially made. There's been several versions that have, been like a doll, with cloth clothes and stuff like that. But I don't know if this is the only one that was ever made that was just the plastic conventional figure. And what's really cool is her axe there is the part 1 axe, obviously, because she's from part 1. But I just have her holding both implements. I thought that was kind of cool. Mommy's ready to kill for her Jason, But Mom's holding the knife and the axe. But yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but I like this figure. And if you don't scrutinize the face, I like this figure of Mom from part 1. And NECA has since put out a version of this. I don't know if it's a different mold or sculpt or anything like that, and just a single figure box form that comes with a really cool campfire, rocks and wood and plastic flame and stuff. But I think this is the first time part 2 Jason's ever existed in figure form that wasn't cloth as well. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on any of this stuff. I don't follow all this figure stuff ridiculously close or anything like that. I forgot to showcase the machete that it also comes with. I have it sitting up on the little shrine, I think it does. I think it's sitting in the movie, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing that's really cool about this thing, of course, is the shrine itself, which is just absolutely amazing. They put little, they've got the candles, and they've got little, plastic yellow flames that are painted yellow on the candles, and the head's pretty good. It almost looks like it's more more sculpted around that goofy version of the actual person in rotted head makeup that stuck their head through the the shrine thing for that, you know, zoom in that they did, and apparently they shot the eyes opening or some crap for the end of part 2, but they thought that was stupid, so they just froze the frame at the end of part 2, which is a good. I think I agree with that, you know, with that decision. But unfortunately, you know, that because of that, you know, that one shot of the head always looked different from all the other shots, because the other shots were just, as far as I know, just fake head just sitting on the shrine thing, whereas that was a person in makeup with their head stuck through the table thing. But what I was saying is that, you know, the likeness of this head on the shrine almost resembles that person in makeup more than the fake head that's sitting on the shrine for the rest of the scene. But this thing is just so cool. It's got the, you know, the Jason's mom's pants draped down, the sweater draped down, and it's so cool. It's got the frickin' Alice here. The skeleton thing is, as far as I know, it's Alice from the first movie. And in the movie, part 2, I'm pretty sure the skeleton of Alice has a knife, or maybe it's that little whatever it is, the ice pick or whatever that's stuck in the side of her head. But maybe they figured that would be too easily breakable, so they either forgot that all together or opted to not put the ice pick in the side of Alice's head. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, gosh, I really gotta like display this in a more prominent place, because it's just so freaking cool. And I don't know, you know, I have no idea. I guess I should have looked before I did the video. I would imagine, I don't know, I have no idea what this goes for on eBay or whatever. I would imagine it's not the cheapest thing in the world, being 15 years old now, but yeah, I mean, I kind of feel fortunate to have gotten it when it came out. You know, it's funny when these things come out, you don't, you know, and they're plentiful in abundance or whatever, you really don't think anything of it, like, you know, oh, I should get one to, you know, display and then one to not open or anything like that. You never think that, oh, this thing's gonna be like, you know, maybe possibly never ever made again, and this thing might be worth money, or just a really a big collectible or whatever someday because of its rarity. But you know, it's funny how they made so many figures over the years of Jasons, or even Pamela Voorhees now, and different Jason incarnations. Just they seemingly over and over and over again, making in a lot of ways the same thing over and over, maybe slight alterations or whatever. But to my knowledge, this is the only official, you know, mass-produced frickin' Part 2 shrine that was ever made. And it's just like, gosh, you know, you think if someone could, you know, freaking get rights to, I know it's a big problem right now or whatever, but, you know, eventually in the future or whatever, someone could get rights to start making figure stuff of, you know, like this again, that someone could make another one of these or something like that, maybe even with, you know, battery-powered light-up candles, you know, with the, you know, the candles can actually be, you know, lit up or whatever. You know, you could do other things to, you know, enhance it. Or, I mean, this is really great the way it is. I mean, it's almost be hard to improve on this, but I guess that'll pretty much do it. I just wanted to stop by and show you guys this little, I guess what's touted when it came out on the box, this Friday 13th 25th anniversary box set with, you know, mom and son and shrine to mom and stuff like that. And basically, without saying it officially, it's kind of the only, I don't know if it's the only officially produced Alice figure as well in decomposed skeleton form, which is kind of sad. You know, I'm really surprised with them making like a Laurie Strode figure last year, I think it was, for the 2018 Halloween movie, that you know, it'd be really cool if they'd make like an Alice or a Ginny or a Chris from the Part 3, or, you know, the heroines from the Friday 13th movies. I think people would eat that stuff up. And what's her name from Trish from Final Chapter, and, you know, Reggie the Reckless, and Pam from Part 5. I mean, I think there's a, you know, there'd be a big market for, you know, heroines, you know, final girl figures. Not only that, but victims and stuff, and do victim figures, and like the freaking, what the hell were the two sex crazed kids name in New Beginning? You know, you could have action figure versions of those, and you know, you can do all kinds of things with those, like, you know, screw action, you know how in the 90s and stuff, it was like if you had an action figure, it was like, you know, whatever, batarang action or kick action or punch action. It'd be like, you know, screw action figures of, I can't remember the couple that screws in New Beginning, their names, but Tina and Eddie. Tina and Eddie box set, screw action, and it's got like a frickin' blanket and, you know, a little marijuana thing and, I don't know, removable clothes and stuff like that. Anyway, I could go on with frickin' figure, Friday the 13th figure ideas, and then like you know, if you can frickin' make an outhouse play set with whatever the hell, I can't remember the name of, what the hell's Reggie's, was it Brother? Yeah, Brother, is it Demon? I don't know what the hell. Yeah, I think it is Demon. I think that's his name. You could make a frickin' outhouse playset, Demon outhouse playset, where you can, you know, that maybe the thing is like motorized and you gotta stick the pole through the outhouse to try to stick Demon or whatever, or just, you know, just a you know, an outhouse with Demon in it, and just like maybe just half of it's just not there so you can see inside, and it's like he's on the toilet with the spike through him. I mean, you could do endless, you could do victim figures, you know, the freaking guy from part 2 in the wheelchair with the machete across his face, or the chick from the first movie with the axe in her face, or the bed with Sandra and Jeff just with the pole, but, you know, through him. I mean, there's just endless, you know, victim figure or heroine, you know, final girl figure ideas. I mean, obviously now, as far as I know, that lawsuit bullshit's still going on or ongoing or whatever, but man, if that ever ends, you know, that would be really cool. I mean, I think there'd be a lot of money to be made with all that kind of stuff. Final girl figures, victims, you know, scene figures, and just like, oh my gosh, frickin' Kevin Bacon in a little, you know, cot with, you know, just laying there like dead with the arrow through his neck. I mean, it's just endless. I mean, endless ideas for heroine, final girl / victim figure, you know, setups or whatever you could come up with from all the Friday the 13th films, or I should say the good Friday the 13th films. So I guess that'll pretty much do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you next time. You know, Jason Part 2 look without the hood, obviously, and Mom just go boom. Mommy's ready to kill for her Jason,